Hey, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra. We're here at C2 Tactical in Scottsdale. Got an interesting gear review for you today. I'm going to step just a tiny bit out of my lane, but not really, because I want to tell you my experience with the brand new Ratcheting medical tourniquet. Big Tex Outdoors has holsters, accessories, optics, and other parts that you need as a self-defender. I'm one of his customers and I recommend him highly. Check out the page on our website with our favorite deals. So you've seen the Asp Field Trauma Kit. You understand that in the Field Trauma Kit, I keep two combat application tourniquets ready to rock, one on the outside, one on the inside. I think that it is the easiest tourniquet to put on. In my ankle kit, I have a special operations tourniquet, right? The SOFT, the soft T. But I was recently interested in this particular tourniquet called the Ratcheting medical tourniquet. So I'm going to talk to you about this not as an instructor. I am not an instructor in any kind of medical equipment, right? I am not a paramedic. I'm not a special forces guy. I'm none of that stuff. So I am not going to talk to you about, how to implement one of these well, but I will give you some insight from me as a practitioner and a user. I am Lone Star Medic, Stop the Bleed certified and those things. So I've taken several medical classes. We are really careful with that kind of stuff because if somebody, God forbid, were to take a hemorrhage, this is significantly important if it is an extremity hemorrhage. This is a Committee of Tactical Combat Casualty approved tourniquet. This is approved by the committee. So that's all you need to know in the sense of, is it good enough to use? The answer is yes. Now, that said, I'm going to tell you it's got some interesting features on it, some things that I like, but there are a couple of reasons that I'm going to stay with my soft T in my IFAC. First and foremost, you can see it does not fold down quite as much, and that's actually one of its features. You have this really long ratchet on it, right? So to get that really long ratchet, that can give you a lot of pressure. We'll show you how it builds pressure a little bit later. But because of that, it doesn't fold down nearly as small. It's not a big deal in something like a vehicle first aid kit or if you're wearing it on body armor or something like that. But for concealed carry, I don't even think, it doesn't even fold down as small as a combat application tourniquet, and it's wide like a cat as well. And I can't really fold that. I don't know that it'll work real well. So it doesn't fold down quite as well. But on the other hand, it is stupid simple to use. It's so stupid simple, they have printed what to do. Number one, it says pull this tight. Number two, lift. And then when it's time to take it off, then obviously then you got to do that, and that's administrative. But it's pretty stupid, kind of sailor proof. Next though, and this is an advantage of the soft T, I think, that there's no kind of quick disconnect here. So one of the things that you talk about is that if you had to put it on yourself and you're standing or something like that, maybe there's a reason you can't get it under that. Somebody's laying on the leg that needs to be done, or even the arm. I would prefer the ability to unlatch this quickly, which is definitely faster on the soft T than on the RMT. It's possible on the cat as well, and I think a little faster. This is a pretty small buckle, and you have to really kind of field it pretty easy. That said, it's stupid simple, right? So again, it's pull tight and then ratchet. This is not rocket science. They've put this little bite thing here. So if you're going to do this one-handed, so say I put this on my arm, right? Now I can bite this, so then that way I can tighten it down, okay? That's an advantage. That's kind of interesting, because I want to tighten that bad boy super tight. Now then, to get occlusion, you notice here a couple of interesting things. It's nice and wide. You got a nice wide 2-inch strap here. And then to get it to occlude, I just pull. And it ratchets its way down. And I'm going to tell you, it will ratchet down. Extreme pressure. I've got occlusion in my hand. Right now, I can feel that it has occluded my pulse. So, very quick, single-handed application. By the way, if you put a tourniquet on and it doesn't hurt like the dickens, you are doing it wrong. You have not done it right. This does hurt like the dickens. Here's the thing, one of the things that I don't like. When it comes time to take this off, if I have to take it off myself, you wouldn't do that in a pre-hospital setting. If I was shot through this arm, you just leave it on, you'll be fine for an hour and all those things. But in order to take this off, what you do is you pop this little thing. See how it says lift to remove? You do that and it will come apart. Okay, fine, it does that, but I got to tell you, when you're in pain like that, man, it could be hard. So I have a buddy standing by for that. So I don't have any relationship with these guys at all, and I do think it's an interesting design, and I think that it definitely has a place. I don't think that I am going to put it in my tourniquet kit in terms of my my range kit or those things. Where this guy's going to go probably is as an additional tourniquet inside my car kit. It's definitely an option. I actually know somebody who their life was saved by an RMT in Iraq. So does it work? Yes. Does the Committee of Combat Tactical Combat Casualty Care approve it? Yes. So it's perfectly acceptable as a tourniquet. I'd certainly rather have this than a RATS or a SWAT tee. And I know that's going to cause me hate for people to say that. They're not approved for a reason. And this guy will get occlusion. It is stupid simple to put on. It doesn't have the release ability, so it's a little harder to get onto a large limb or somebody in an odd position. It's stupid simple to operate, though. It doesn't fold down as well as I think some other tourniquets. So with all that in mind, again, it's not going to change my individual stuff, but it's maybe one that you will look for. Last thing, we always buy tourniquets from approved vendors only because fakes abound. And we don't want you to buy a fake and it fail you in the moment of need. So if you're going to buy one of these, buy it from the source. I don't have any relationship with them. I'll put a link in the description. I don't make nothing. I don't have any of that stuff. But this is the kind of gear that I've been just trying and seeing what's out there and all those things so that I can bring you good information. Hope it helps.